Welcome back everybody, Holiday Doc here for another team training video. This time we are playing as an actual team scrim. However, I do not have a team, so I just picked up a few of my buddies. We got I Am the Dentist, Lloyd Milligan, and Reckless up against Fate and his team. And his team is getting prepared to play in a Capture the Flag only tournament. And I can't give him enough respect for, taking his team, an amateur team who just, for the most part plays maybe a little bit of GB, but not too much, and actually going out and trying these tournaments. Now, he contacted me. He wanted to see if I was interested in helping him, maybe learn the ropes, maybe give him some pointers, some tips, some tricks on Capture the Flag, maybe what he can do as a team to, at least, place decently in this tournament. And, I jumped at the chance. Why not, do some videos, try and help these guys out, and, get the community involved at the same time. Now, anytime I approach a team that I've never really played with before, that I don't have any experience with, the first thing I do is play a bunch of games with them. And this is kind of what we did. We played 4 CTF games on the MLG variant map types, and we just played them. We played against them, and, I seen a huge progression just in these 4 games playing against them. So I only assume from here that they're only going to get much better, and hopefully, they'll be able to have some success in this tournament that's coming up. So one thing I want to get from you guys while you are watching these videos is, take notes, or not sort of take notes, but, take notice to things that you could offer these guys as advice from your own self. With so many people watching these videos, everybody's going to point out something a little bit differently. So let's all try and help them out. Let's all try and point out some specifics and, hopefully help them along their way. So first thing being said is, one thing that I've noticed quite a bit from this team is they're having a bit of issue, working off of the respawns. And I do apologize, I didn't record this live as I was rendering when we were actually playing, so I couldn't record and play at the same time. But we'll try and switch through names here. So one thing I first of all noticed was that they're having a lot of trouble pushing up after they come off of the respawns. And that's got to be one of the most important things that you have to work out, is where you go after you respawn. Where are you going to position yourself to get those cutoffs? So, this team really needs to focus on, after the respawn, once you get stuck in CDOM, is, be careful about who's in tin. Make sure you're not going to get caught on the run right on the respawn. A smart team will really try to take advantage of sitting on top of your respawns, sitting on top, waiting for you to just run out and then pick off some easy kills, which, is very frustrating, as everybody might know, to get spawn killed. And I thought I threw a fail nade there. So, right here, what I did was I noticed none of my team is in any sort of position to grab flag. So I'm not going to grab flag way out of position like this. I don't want to be caught on the run, get shot in the back with nobody to back me up to take this flag all the way back and score a point. We're already up 2-0, but like you all know, and if you pay attention, I never like to go on the defensive on CTF, ever. And, I'm just kind of sitting in the back here, floating, and I grab a kill. We see another one. Reckless grabs 2. Now we're 3 down. And I'm in a perfect position to grab the flag and go. We've got 2 people set up watching respawn. I've got somebody on path watching my back, and it's pretty much cut and dry. Just work in, grab the flag, easy peasy. So on the counter position for these other guys here, what could they have done to, maybe stop that? Well, Reckless was obviously in a spawn trap area, and right there, I don't know what I did. I jumped. I could have had a nice 2, but wasn't able to hold it down. So Reckless is continuously, poking in on the respawns, and he does get taken out by Reflex here. Obviously, guns are going to be a good choice. So I just seen that he was using Commando. If this tournament is going to be, is not going to be limiting any specific guns, you got to be using the FAMAS, or at least the AK, just to combat against everybody using the FAMAS and everything like that. So you never want to set yourself down. You always want to be using the best weapons available. So right here we got Reckless again moving in on spawn, pretty much wiping up, and then we got a strong push on the respawns to the far left on C. We got a couple by 10, and they pushed way too heavily into that spawn area. That was, a terrible position to now float the enemy opposition spawns over to jungle, and that in fact just cut Reckless off. We could have had that flag, but we got a little bit too carried away on trying to get the spawn kills, and didn't position well enough. And then we just seen another guy go into C tunnel there, which is another bad move again. So that's obviously one thing, my own team has to work out. But we're going to see how things kind of float out on the other side here, what my team is doing and how the opposition can kind of combat. Even we could probably switch over to Fate's team here and kind of see how they work about everything. So we are on board with Fate. He's 6-11 with one capture, one return. So he's trying to do a little bit of work for his team. He's pushing up, and they got a nice position right here. So I'm going to pause it, and I want to just kind of go overhead here and see kind of how they were set up. So we got right up top, who's in center area. We got Reflex, who's pushing on B or B ramp, and then we have Fade, who just died by Too Cold from, it looks like, on spawn there. So you got to be aware, you got to be careful about where you're going to be throwing those nades, especially when your teammates could be in the way. You never want to go a man down, especially on a team kill. Now, if we jump on board with Reflex, here we go. So if I were Reflex right now, and I see the positioning, I've got my teammate behind me, but nobody covering jungle, and I've got nobody covering to my right. Running specifically right down this ramp is going to leave me wide open to a lot of cutoffs and a lot of opportunities to get shot in the back. So as we watch, he's going to grab flag and get shot in the back. I didn't even know that, or know that was going to happen, but it went down like that. Now, Too Cold here is not. He doesn't seem to be having a lot of luck. He's 3-11 right now, and he, for the most part, seems to be playing a very defensive role. He keeps backing up, and he did get a glimpse of somebody here, picks off the kill, and backs up again. Now, when you're having trouble grabbing the flag, do you think it's a good idea to be running the one-man defensive run? For me, if you're having trouble pushing up past half, you're obviously going on 3v4, right? Because you got that one-man defender sitting all the way back. I think it would be more beneficial for this team to have everybody moving up in tandem to try and grab a flag and make something happen. Now, right there, I heard him climbing up. Audio is just as important as your visual in this game, as we hear. And they finally grab flag. So I'm going to pause this again and kind of take a look at where they're running. So they got two guys bunched up right on B domination. Why would they run flag right down B dom? I'm in an obvious cutoff point on top wood. We got Dennis who just grabbed flag, the counter pull, and my teammates are not to be found here real quick. So, okay, yeah. So Lloyd is on C dom working off of the respawn, and I don't know where Reckless is at the time. But when you're grabbing flag and bunched up all at once on B dom, you're in a very bad position. You're going to get cut off from over here on C. You could get cut off from back ramp, and you're going to get anybody who's placed themselves on top wood. So when we go down and we watch the actual flag get run here, he puts in a couple shots towards me and then backs up and heads toward the respawn. He ran into our own respawn. Reckless basically wiped that out himself. Too Cold went down, and it's 4 down for their team right now. So now they're on the run trying to counter our flag pull. And that was all based off of bad positioning. Look how important your positioning can be. Lloyd Milligan doing work with the AUG. And, positioning is such a big deal in CTF. It's almost like a game of chess. Or, how I like to phrase it and compare it to is like a game of billiards. If you ever play pool, you always want to line up your shot to make sure that your next play is in perfect order. So that means if you're going for a flag, you want to make sure that your two guys behind you are in positions to get all the cutoffs at the same time. So things you always have to think about, your positioning, where your teammates are, communication. All these things combined lead to a successful team. And for a new team coming up, I understand that it's going to be very frustrating. So obviously working at it, being consistent and practicing is going to get you to where you need to be in the coming weeks here. You're not going to be a great team overnight, and you're not going to be a great team in a week. It does take practice, but the teams that stick together and continuously talk to each other, go over these replays like we are now, and go over these theater modes, which is such a valuable piece of equipment and a tool for a team to use. I can't even begin to say how important it is, just because, you know, look at all the things that we can go back and see, you know. It's amazing, and I hope you guys enjoy this sort of thing. I definitely love helping other teams out. And like I said before, if you feel like you have something to offer to this team, you know, maybe some advice that, you know, we didn't mention here in the video, by all means, feel free to toss a comment down below, and I'm sure Fate is going to be reading it and taking a look. But let's go jump on board with myself here and kind of see how things are going on our end of things. So we got one top 10, we got a trailer, you know, following up behind me on jungle, and I did get taken out from white trailer. Reckless is doing a fantastic job of just holding down everything on his own here, you know, doing a really, you know, a great job. I've never really played with him before, but he's obviously a solid player. Dennis, you know, another solid player, and he's using extended mags on his FAMAS Gold Edition. And, you know, we're just continuously grabbing flags, pretty much uncontested, and, you know, with relative ease, and myself here holding on to that kill. Now, they're grabbing flag and taking it into our spawn again. As you see right here, I'm just going to pause it real quick and try to get off of, there we go. So, flag runner, I threw the one stun, he gets stunned. Lloyd Milligan comes off of his respawn and immediately throws another stun. So if we jump on board, I don't know what I just did. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. If we jump on board with Lloyd and back this up, there we go. Oh, this is why you never play with the theater. Okay, so he spawns, and he immediately throws the stun. He gets the kill, but then gets taken out on the run. What Lloyd should have done there is just secured the area, waited for people to spawn, and then take them out, and then maybe kind of slowly push up to grab flag. Off of my respawn, I believe it looks like I pushed up and I went through bottom tin there, or bottom wood, and just took out everybody that was headed back white. And right here, pre-firing, making sure that nobody comes up behind me. I'm not sure where he went. I was just trying to buy some time, you know, make sure that my Lloyd here, yeah, Lloyd called him out. I picked him off the last bullet and basically took him out. So, number one, never pull the flag through C on either side of this map. It's never going to work out in your favor. It's going to be dangerous. You're just going to end up getting spawn trapped, and you're going to get counter pulled fairly easily, because now you push the flag over there. We could potentially start spawning on jungle side, giving us a nice clear route into your flag and giving us some more points on the board. But, you know, like I said, we're going to be working with this team over the next couple days, so I hope to bring you some more great gameplay, and I hope you stay tuned for that. As I love doing this sort of thing. I love helping out other people and all that good stuff. But if you already haven't checked out these videos, on the screen we got, you know, the Father's Day video yesterday talking about the FAMAS nerf, as well as an MP5 gameplay by myself. And then down below is the breakdown episode 2 part 1 on Hanoi CTF as well. So 2 great videos, both on Hanoi, giving you kind of a good view on how to play the map, and anything that you're looking for, you're going to be able to find in those videos. So thanks again for checking out today's vid. Make sure you thumbs it up, give me a favorite if you like it, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.